assuming they're going to bring Vas in.
Yep.
When he had to sit the game that Rick said it was one of the Canisius games, I believe. He and Jack both sat, and it wasn't because they were hurt. It was because of performance, obviously. Is that message, do you think, been sent and received well by him, Vas?
By Vas? I believe so. I think, they're all competitors. The only thing we really have to control is their ice time. So, I think when you have to take that away from a player, I think it, strikes a chord, and they all want to be on the ice. So, his practice habits have been better, and his games have been better. So, I think it resonated with him.
Do you think sometimes kids get to a point where they think they might be above it? They can do things like that, and they have to be taken down a peg sometimes?
I don't know if they have to be taken down a peg, but I think it's just more of, I think your culture kind of handles those situations. But I think it's just kind of making sure we're all towing the same rope.
How has he been since that game, since he sat and he's come back?
He's played well. He had to miss the one game because he blocked a big shot for us at Clarkson. So, but he's been the player we expect. Vas can be a game changer when he's on and he's dialed in. With his feet, and he can be electric at times. So, his game's getting better.
Can you assess where your goalie situation is right now? And it seemed like that was going to be a question mark the entire season. If you guys gotten any closer, like clearly defined, like how you're going to use these guys?
No, I don't think so. I think we have two capable goalies that both have won big hockey games for us, and I think it'll play itself out. So I think we're comfortable with either guy in the net, and both guys can win big games for us. So I think we're comfortable with both of them.
Rick brings up the goalie ice that you guys do a couple times a week. I guess you guys grade it, like there's just specific grades for different things that you guys do for drills, or?
Yeah, absolutely. We grade everything. So we grade practices, we grade goalie ice. Just how they do, if they're making saves, how they look, if they look confident. Those kind of things. Their structure, where they're at. I think both goalies have confidence. They've been sharp this week in practice for the goalie ices that we've had. So I think both are looking forward to the weekend.
So for the goalie ice, there's like empirical stuff that you're looking at, but also subjectively you're just seeing how they are body language-wise and that kind of thing.
Absolutely. You can tell if a kid is fighting the puck or mentally where he's at. So I think, like I said, I think both guys are confident right now and know they can go and win some big games for us.
This team's been, I guess, fair to say, been up and down. Maybe that's being polite, but you got a stretch now, not including the Mayor's Cup game. You got 4 straight at home. How important is this stretch when you have the 4 straight at home, even though there's nothing guaranteed? But most teams do historically play better at home. Yeah,
anytime you get 2 weekends at home, it's nice. We're in the stretch run with 12 games left in the regular season. 4 games at home is huge. We have a lot of ground to make up from, letting some games slip away. So being home, it's nice for our guys to, kind of be in their own beds and same routine and not traveling on a Thursday. Schoolwork's taken care of. Those kind of things. Not worried about missing classes or tests or anything like that. So, then we have to take advantage. We're at home. We're a good home team. We have a great home environment, and we need to take advantage of these games.
Coach, it seems like there are long stretches, as in any hockey season, where you're not playing games. But for the game to be canceled last weekend, it kind of extends that. Is it tough for those players in terms of being so high and so amped up to play a rival, and then knowing, all right, well, now we got another 6 days of practice before we get a game?
Yeah, I think it can be, it can be frustrating at times. But typically now we'll see the guys get ramped up. They want to get back out there. They want to get in the game environment. So typically when you have the 2-week break, it's usually the latter half of that second week that, tensions get up in practice, compete level gets up, and they're chomping at the bit to get back out there.
It's a week like this coming up tough when you've got 2 really tough league games and you've got to turn around just 2 days later and play a big rivalry game on Tuesday.
Yeah, certainly. Obviously, it's not ideal scheduling with having that game canceled and having to play on Tuesday night and then coming back and playing back into league play when league play is so important. Having those 5 games in 6 days or whatever it is, it's a tough turnaround. But like I said, that's the hand we're dealt, and we just have to make the best of it.
How do you alter the schedule? Do you alter the schedule in any way? Tell the guys to do anything differently when there is that cooling stretch of a bunch of games in very few days?
Yeah, like typically we'll see what we do Monday, whether it's an off day or an optional day or whatever it may be, just to make sure our legs are fresh for Tuesday. Or maybe it's just giving them Wednesday off and make sure we're quick practice Thursday and fresh for Friday, Saturday. So there's definitely some added rest in there and the tight turnarounds like that. So we'll see how Coach Bennett plays it out.
What kind of problems does Joe Snively present to your defense?
Oh, a host. You know, he's electric. He's a game changer for them. So you know, he's lethal anytime he's on the ice. You have to be aware of him on the ice. I think, you know, especially last time we played him at Yale, I think he had 3 or 4 breakaways. So, you know, he's extremely dangerous. Obviously, he's a catalyst for their offense, so we have to be aware of him.
You did pretty well against him the previous time, though. What was working there? How were you guys able to maybe neutralize him a little bit?
We kept him in front of us. I think we did a good job of keeping him in front of us and not allowing him to get that separation and get behind us. We got a little laxity days ago with that at Yale, and it hurt us. So definitely you gotta know where he is all the time on the ice. He'll be the last guy out of the zone at times, waiting for that quick turnaround and turnover, and then boom, he'll attack the net. So he's dangerous.
Why do you think Brown has played good games against you or given you guys problems this year?
Brown always gives us fits. Doesn't, especially in the ECAC, it doesn't really matter what the standings are. They've given us fits even when championship year. It was 2-1 hockey games. So every team's good in our league, and if you don't show up, your teams are going to beat you.
A little weird to get all amped up for a rivalry game and then have it get postponed like that.
Yeah, a little bit. That's definitely the first time in my hockey career that a game's been postponed. But obviously, keeping people safe and off the streets was a priority. So now we got to focus on the games this weekend, but then we'll get to the Mayor's Cup next week.
You was able to take advantage of not having a game that weekend, maybe get a little extra rest.
Yeah, definitely. I think having that extra day off is huge. Allows us again to get ready for a big game this Friday against Yale, and again, I think we've had 2 off weekends this year, and so I think we're used to it a little bit. But we're definitely excited to get back into game action.
I don't like off weekends, do you?
I personally don't, definitely not. I was really excited to play against RPI, obviously in the Mayor's Cup. Looking forward to that game all year, especially after the 2 losses early in the year. But you could take it in a good way or a bad way, but we got to use it kind of to our advantage.
Is there anything in particular this team likes to do on off weekend? Is there any team bonding? Did you guys do anything when you were snowed in?
Shoveling, I guess, if that's team bonding. But we did a little shoveling outside our house. But other than that, we had our team meal still regularly scheduled, so that was good. So, yeah, the guys hung out together, which I think was good. I think we needed that a little bit, especially after, the Clarkson weekend, St. Lawrence weekend, we were 1-1. We wanted to make sure team bonding it was a number 1 factor for us going to the stretch run here. So I thought we got together, had a good team meal, and had a good weekend together. And then, now we got to focus on Game 1 Friday.
Do you think it'd be different? You got these 2 games this weekend, then you got RPI. The first time in the schedule, you had the whole week to think about RPI. Now you're going to be coming off 2 games, got 1 day to regroup,
Yeah.
and then play again.
Yeah.
Do you think it's as easy to get amped up for it as much?
I think so. I think a rivalry game is always easy to get up for, especially like I mentioned before, losing to them twice early in the year. It's in the back of our minds. It's been in the back of our minds all year. So obviously we got to focus on Yale and Brown first, but once the weekend's over, it's easy to flip the switch, I think, to a rival. So I think it'll be a good three games in 5 days. We're excited.
You mentioned that you remember the losses to RPI earlier this year. Brown was even more recent than that. What is it about that team and that matchup?
Yeah, both opponents this weekend, Yale and Brown, we've not had great games against them right before Christmas break, so that's definitely in the back of our mind too. So we're really excited to get going this weekend and finally get back to some games.
What does Joe Snively bring to the table for Yale, and how difficult of a challenge is it the coach was just saying you got to keep him in front of us first of all. How tough is that?
Yeah, he's really offensively talented. He's quick, he's fast. Like if Coach mentioned before, he slips behind the defense from time to time, but I think what Coach said is definitely correct. It's what we've been preaching all week is kind of keep him in front of you, make sure that one guy is aware of where he is on the ice at all times, and because he can beat a team with his offense, he's that skilled. So I think if we shut him down like we did in Northern Ireland, I I think we have a good chance to win. Obviously, I think he catapults our offense, and his speed and skill are definitely at the top in our league that we've seen. But we've proven that we can shut a guy like him down. So I think that's obviously a main priority, is to shut him down, and that will hopefully shut their offense down.
What do you guys? Sorry, go ahead.
Is that the responsibility of the forwards as well as the D guys? Because it's
Definitely, yeah. If we could keep it in the offensive zone, he doesn't have much time to play offense either. So it's on the unit that's going to be against him all weekend or on Friday, and it's a team effort for sure. It's not just on the defense.
What do you guys need to do to put together consistent performances?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think I think I mentioned it earlier this year in the interviews, but I think just the small details. We can't get too high or too low. I think coaches mentioned that too. Like, once we have some success, we gotta stay consistent with it. But that comes back to the details, whether it's chipping pucks in, chipping pucks out, or focusing on a guy like Snively and shutting him down. We can't get too emotional either. I think we got to stay the course the whole game and through the full 60 minutes, and I think we'll be successful. I think I have points this year. We've proven that too. But now it's crunch time here with 13 games left before playoffs, so we got to hit that this stretch with being consistent and playing discipline.
You go back to the day when they told you weren't going to play and you were going to be a healthy scratch, and how that made you feel and what you learned from it.
Talking Canisius, right?
Yeah.
No, it was, it is what it is. You're a hockey player, right? Take the highs, you take the lows. All you can do is keep battling. Go show up to practice every day, work hard. It's scratching for a reason. I need to be better for the team. I need to be better for the guys on the ice. I need to be better for the staff. I need to be better for the school. And I was coming up short. I recognized that, and the message. I got the message, and that's why they did it, and I understand it.
Were you dogging it?
No, come on,
In practice,
come on.
were you a little bit? Or not?
No, come on, no.
What was the reason they gave you?
It was a couple breakdowns in my defensive game, and with a player like me, I'm going to take risks offensively, and some games they don't pay off, and that's how it goes sometimes. Like I said, it's something that I understand. It's coaching a player like me is, you got to send a message. I get it. I understand. It's nothing that we're holding our head on. Nothing I'm holding my head on. We've moved forward. I've gotten back into practice weeks. I had that little thing last weekend, but it is what it is. Whatever. Everything's all good. We're working hard, and I'm excited to be back on the ice and working hard with the guys.
Are you a different player since the benching? Not that you were a
Oh,
different player.
I don't know if you could obviously my style is not going to change. How I prepare mentally, maybe. Yes, I would say. There's a different approach for sure now. I understand what's expected of me, and it's something that I feel the team needs, and it's something that I can provide, and so that's accountability on myself. I needed to be better. I will be better, and that's just how it's going to go.
when you have the kind of skill where you see a play and you have different options available to you, is it tough to do the safe, simple thing and chip it up the boards as opposed to heading towards the middle of the ice?
Yeah, that's as a player, obviously I like to get to the middle. I like to have my fun with the puck, right? I'm not saying I'm a selfish hockey player, but I do like the puck. I don't like giving the puck away. Sometimes it is tougher to make that simple play. It's one of the things that I've been working on, making sure I make that simple play and making sure that I take the first open option. Too often, throughout the game prior, I was holding on to pucks, trying to wait for that next option, trying to get that grade A, rather than making the easy, simple pass that can be an easy outlet and we can flow into the offense. Sometimes the tricky part about being an offensive defenseman, if you want to know a secret, is it's understanding that you're not there to be the leader of the rush. You're not there to be the guy that gets the points. You're there to fuel the transition so that everyone else can start going in the right direction towards offense. I think because of numerous factors, I think that I started to put too much pressure on myself, and I think it was a good time for them to pull me aside and say, hey, calm down, and let's start back from square one. And remind me, that's what an offensive defenseman is supposed to do. I'm here to fuel transition. I'm here to move us up the ice, get us to offense as soon as possible. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm leading the offense.
And Rick has told us that the reason they recruited you and you're here is because they want you to have the possibility of making plays like
Yeah.
that. It's just, it sounds like there's kind of a balancing act between doing too much in
yeah.
that department.
Absolutely. I mean, it'll come in stride. And like I said, in these past couple of weeks since the scratch, I've learned a lot as to what they expect of me, as to what kind of role I should be playing here. And it's exciting because it is a pressure off my back that I do now understand. But like I said, I think it came from a big misunderstanding with. Yes, they do want me getting into the play. They do want me joining the offense, but that doesn't mean leading the offense necessarily. It's a transition game. Hockey, I think one of the most important zones in hockey is the neutral zone. Probably to me, it's the most important zone. Obviously, if you talk to Rick, he'll say the D zone. Yes, obviously, I love my D zone too. Don't worry, it's very important. But for a player like me, where I can fuel transition in the neutral zone is where I really flourish. And that's something that I need to take advantage of. And, when you get on the wrong path, when you're pressuring yourself a little bit too much, you can get away from the things that you're good at. You can get away from your strengths, and you could start overcomplicating plays. That's kind of what occurred. It was addressed, and now we're moving on to bigger and better things.
Speaking of which, why have Yale and Brown given you guys a little bit of trouble this year?
Oh, they're both good teams. I mean, they're no pushovers there. Both hardworking teams. Both are very good in transition. In terms of the D zone, both teams can lock it down as well. I would say that the matchups with them, they've gone head to head, but it's come down to little inches. These little inches in the game, you've seen the movie. The inches are everywhere. Yeah, they are, and they're, And I think we just got to battle a little bit more for those little inches. And obviously our starts haven't been great against those two teams. With Brown, we went down, 4-0 in the first, and Yale got out ahead of us. So I think a better start, a faster start, kind of set the tone on them and, apply that pressure that we want to play our way, not yours.
Speaking of inch, if you give Joe Snively an inch, it looks like he's going to probably take a mile. Is that kind of what happened last time?
Yeah, he's a box of fun, isn't he? Yeah, he's a good player. Yeah, he can. You give him something, he'll take it. He's one of the better finishers in the league, I would say. He's shifty. He will sneak behind you if he has the opportunity. He's one of those guys. The reason I think he's a very good player is because he's somebody that you always have to address in terms of if he doesn't have the puck, you need to know where he is. Because he finds these little gaps in the defense, and if they get the puck, they know where he is. He's going to get it. He's going to turn it right around on you. So he's a special player. He can play the game just as well as anybody in this league. So yeah, we'll be addressing him for sure.
What was the feeling like Saturday when you found out the Mayor's Cup was canceled?
Oh, that's never fun. That's an awesome game to be a part of. Obviously on a Saturday night, it's even better. People aren't on work. The girls' game gets more because people aren't. Now it's on a Tuesday, right? So girls' game's at 4. Some people are getting off of work. You're gonna have less fans. Plus on a Tuesday, it's a little bit. It brings down the vibe a little bit. It's a weekday. Obviously, we love it on Saturday. We love to be able to get the fans going, and it's something that's special to us, and it's a big game. Trophies on the line. So it was very disappointing. We didn't love that. Is the best way to put it. So, but luckily it got rescheduled. Now it is on a Tuesday. Hopefully, we still get a good show out, and we'll give you something to hopefully cheer for.
With that, are you guys still able to take advantage of maybe having a little extra time off to heal up, rest up a little?
Yeah, for sure. I'm not gonna lie to you and say no, but yeah, we it's good to get your legs under you a little bit. Get those practice days under you. Guys, if any guys had any ailments, how it goes. But yeah, I would say we're all jacked up, ready to play a game again. It's we got 3 more days. Grind it out. Well, 2 more, I guess now, if you kind of just discount today, right? It's almost over anyways.
When you had the game, the first Bears Cup game scheduled for a Saturday. You had a whole week to get ready for it. That's all you had to worry about. Now for this one, you got these first two games, league games, and you have 1 day turnaround before you have RPI again. Is it a different way of getting up for a game like that when you only have 1 day?
It'll be a little bit different for sure. You know, it brings me back to like my junior hockey days a little bit. We had some Wednesday games. We had a couple Tuesday games. It's different, but you know, every guy will get prepared. I trust, like I said, each and every single guy in that room to prepare themselves. However, you know, by doing whatever's necessary. I don't think it should slump us too much. I think it'll still be as exciting, as fun as it always is. It'll just be on a Tuesday now.
It's more fun on a Saturday.
Oh my, Saturdays, it's just like, it's the original date. You get fired up, you know? Now we gotta wait and get all those tingles, you know how it goes. So we're excited about it. We can't wait to get in after the game.
When you are preparing for a stretch of playing so many days and so many games in so few days, are you doing anything differently? Sleeping, eating habits, anything differently to prepare for that stretch?
Yeah, we're all bearing down a little bit. You know, you'll catch guys in the cold tub a little bit more frequently, more lengthy recovery sessions. But we're all taking care of our bodies. Obviously, the diet, you know, we're all pretty clean on the diet as it is. So, yeah, we're pushing it pretty hard. We want to make sure that we're in tip-top condition. It's like you said, we got 3 games in a week here coming up, pretty much. So, but we'll be ready. Like I said, each and every one of those guys in that room, I trust every single one of them with that task.